This is a video walk around of the 980 IC Hustler that I bought about a month ago. I thought I'd take a little walk around of it before I did too many modifications to it, but I plan to keep it somewhat stock. It appears to have been, I don't know, either used very little or well taken care of. It was bought in Jonesboro, Arkansas. It was originally owned by a doctor there who I believe used it for duck hunting. It looks like it was not really trail ridden, as the machine is in very good shape tub wise. There are very few scratches on it. It was passed on to the son-in-law after the death of the doctor 3 years ago, and unfortunately those 3 years it sat outside in the gentleman's driveway. The top had been painted in camel, and I removed the paint after I purchased it, and basically went through and tried to clean up a lot of the stuff that was present just for its sitting in the guy's driveway. I went through and replaced all the chains, did the idler mods that are recommended in the forum, put a new battery in it. The oil had just been changed when I got it, so I kind of left that part alone. The machine seems to have the 18 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. I believe the IC in the 980 comes from industrial commercial use, which is sort of what the engine was supposed to be for, and if you find any old literature, it gives some reference to it being an IC model. The transmission seems to shift fairly easy. The emergency brake is stuck on, but it seems to not actually work that well because it's not grabbing at all. It has a factory style winch, but it looks like at some point somebody tried to yank the bumper, yank the machine by the bumper, because it's bent out a little bit. And it did have a canopy cover for a duck blind when I bought it. That was the first thing I threw in the trash. I threw my Aquatorx on here just because they seem to allow me to turn so well without tearing up the yard. Okay, a couple more shots of the inside. You can kind of see the giant gear. That was supposed to be one of the improvements of this 980 IC, that it actually had lower gearing, supposedly stronger axles. I don't know about that. And of course the increased tub clearance. You can see I've replaced the belt after I got it. So basically the changes I've made so far have been to put a new fuel line on it. They put 50H chain in it, the new idlers, and I think that's about it. I was putting some LEDs in the Mac, so it has new LEDs, but they're not wired in yet. If you can kind of get an idea how clean this tub is, it's literally scratch free. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw in the bottom pan. Jason's going to take the camera for me, and what I'm going to try and do is show how well this thing crawls around with its low gearing. It's one of the things that impresses me, and I think the machine was actually intended to have tracks with the taller tub and wheel clearance, and the way this thing is geared, hopefully it'll come out. You'll be able to see that. Other side works better. When you got a 980 IC, you got to learn to lift your leg a little taller and run with those big dogs. But I'll try to show you how it goes over the obstacles in Jason's dirt track, just barely off idle, and it'll actually crawl over them. The other thing that's interesting is with this tub design, even though it's bigger, of the Argo, the Max 2, the Max 4, the other machines I've ran in this dirt track, this is the only machine that'll take the rolling moguls without bottoming out in the front or bottom and throwing you around when you hold it. You can see it's just idling. If I go to push the sticks forward, it basically goes to the gate. Just barely slipping. If I can get my max to do this, I'm going to be a happy camper. Come off idle, you can see that it goes to move. Pretty slow pace. Obstacles pretty well at a very slow speed, which is what really impresses me. There you have it. That's the 980 IC by Hustler.